Last week I was in a CEO's office and we were having a candid discussion about his top team. He was going down through each person and describing them in terms of their capabilities for the future. Some people that he had were clearly A players. They knew exactly what they needed to achieve. They were on time in reaching every objective. They established stretch goals for themselves, and they were really able to move forward without much direction from him. I would call those the A players in his organization. Some people were clearly talented and were helping the organization. They weren't such visible self-starters, but they were able to take direction from him and move forward with it. I would call those the B players. There were some top leaders in his organization, however, who had difficulty. There was feedback that they weren't performing as well. There were key customers who remained unsatisfied. There were complaints. And though these individuals clearly had talent, they weren't working out well in the organization, and I would call those the C players. One of the most difficult things a leader does is assess his people honestly and accurately, and then make decisions about what to do next. I think it's very important that leaders have a coaching mentality, that they not simply write off players who aren't performing well, but that they say, what can I do to make this individual a stronger contributor to the organization? They can do that in several ways. They can coach themselves. They can establish mentoring sessions with someone else in the organization. They can hire an executive coach from outside. But very clearly, when leaders take an interest in individuals this way, often a C player can be moved to the B level and a B player can be moved to the A level. However, sometimes it's very clear that you have a C player who, for whatever reasons in their personality or their own life, or things that simply can't be fathomed by someone outside of themselves, that they're not in a position to be providing clear value to the company. You've made coaching efforts, you've established clear objectives, you've given them chance after chance, and at that point, nothing good is happening. Well, what I would say to you is that nothing good will happen if you keep that person in the organization. They simply need to be moved on. Often leaders have a very difficult time doing this. They don't feel like they'll be perceived beneficently if they move someone on. They feel like they'll be seen as cold or calloused. However, what I often say to them is, you're in charge of an organization, and your charge means that you need to move this organization to the next level. If you've given this person chance after chance, and they can't perform to the level you need them to perform to, then they need to be moved on. Often I have to give the CEO a little push to move that person on. I was recently talking to someone who, after several pushes from me, has decided to move a key person to another position and move someone else in. The results in his organization are going to be astronomical. The benefit that he gets from moving out a C player and putting an A player in a key position are going to be something that he wished he'd done 10 years ago. So take those C players and try to make them better. Help them to move along. Give them all the assistance that they need to improve. But if they haven't moved to the B level and then be ready to move to the A level, then it's time to move them out of your organization.